Hey, happy Friday. Found my Ray-Bans. Thanks for looking. Don't suppose I need them. I'm inside today. It's only 108 outside. But did I say it's 108 outside? So I'm inside. Hope you had a great Friday. I know what you're thinking, but let me just say I'm not that kind of guy. You think I'm going to say, I told you so, but I'm not. I'm not going to say it, because you already said it to yourself. Did you look at the markets today? Nice. Now, Wednesday, I launched an impromptu pop-up free trial. And I invited you, as I always do. Come on down, take a look. And some of you did, and some of you didn't, and I'm really talking to the ones who didn't. So last night, Thursday night, I spoke with you again. I asked you not to hate me. And I did explain that had you taken part in the trial that was offered Wednesday, by the time I made that video Thursday, even though you're trading in SEM, which you should always do with anybody's methodology until you're consistently profitable, otherwise you're not trading, you're gambling. You're throwing money at the market and you're hoping something will stick. It's just not a good way to do business. If you're really trying to build a trading business, if you really want to trade for a living, that's not the way to go about it, okay? Now, I said I'm not going to say I told you so last night, and I won't, but it's kind of the same story. We had some incredible moves last night. S&P, Dow, Russell, NQ, gold. I'm going to detail those for you. I'm going to put up a chart. I'm going to show you the alert and the time that it was sent out last night. You'll have all the information that all of our traders and all of our trial members had last night. And then you'll see the results of those today. Okay? Now, I don't know where you're at with your trading personally. I don't know if you've been at it for a while. I don't know if you've spent a lot of money on gurus and methodologies and strategies and magical indicators and mystical oscillators and secrets that were found in an urn in some cave in the Gobi Desert, maybe. Or maybe it's the secret your broker doesn't want you to know, which is just ridiculous if you think about it. Your broker wants you to know every secret so that you keep trading, and he keeps earning commissions. If you blow up your account, then he gets no more commission. So, believe it or not, he's actually on your side. And so are we. The whole group of us here. Okay? We have a great group of traders. If you've been in our discussion group, I don't think you'd find a warmer welcome anywhere on the internet. And it's a nice, clean, safe space. There's no profanity. There's no ego tripping. None of that stuff. It's not who we are. Okay? Now, I want you to, if you have the time, take a look at, I'm going to, I'll probably just attach it to the end of this video. If this video abruptly ends and I say goodbye and there's nothing there, then just check back, later tonight or tomorrow, and I'll have put together a little video clip that shows the actual alerts from last night, what happened with them today. And I really want you to think about what happened today for all of our traders and all of our trial members, and compare that with whatever you experienced in the markets today. Maybe you may have done better. And if you did, well, good Lord, you don't need us. Maybe I come work for you, right? I know you get promised the moon by every website out there. Every day your inbox is chock full of every offer imaginable with promises of instantaneous riches. a jaguar, a fur coat, a gold tooth, whatever might flip your trigger, it gets tried again and again and again. And I know you've spent $9.99 and $99.99, $999, and I know that some of you have spent close to $50,000 trying to learn how to trade. And the sheer fact that you're even listening to me yammer on right now means your trading probably is not living up to the expectations that you originally had. I resemble that remark. I didn't wake up with the knowledge that I have of the markets. There was a whole lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth and struggling and blown up accounts and blind alleys and rabbit holes, and it was tough. Now, I didn't have to walk uphill to school both ways in the snow with no shoes. I'm not going to tell you that. But did I suffer financial damage trying to learn how to trade Emini Futures? I did. But you know what was even worse than the financial damage? The psychological damage. When we put forth our best effort, as we understand it, and continually get slapped down or stopped out, as the terminology goes in this business, it does something to you. Now, part of what we teach and part of what we train is how to separate yourself from your emotions. As a trader, your emotions are not your friend. When one of my traders calls me after a good day, and he's a little too upbeat, in fact, I hear this. That's him doing the Fred Astaire on his desktop because he had a good day. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but I know this pendulum swings both ways. The guy that calls me up today, tap dancing on his desktop, it's the same guy that's going to call me next week on a bad day, curled up under his desk in a fetal position. So we have to get away from all that. Middle of the road. Yes, you should feel good about a good day. But what we call a bad day, or you might call a bad day, it's really just another day, as is the good day. Think about a cashier at Walmart. He or she goes in, they hit the clock, they go get behind their little check stand, adjust the name tag, pin up the hair, or whatever the rules are there, and then they turn on their light. Think of that as the 9:30 bell on Wall Street, and then they take their first customer. And that would be your first trade. Okay? She goes through the items, rings them up, puts them in a bag, prints a receipt, says, "Have a nice day," and next. She may be friendly, she may be nice, but she's not emotionally attached to the transaction. And that's all it is. It's a transaction. Now, at Walmart, they expect every transaction that their cashiers make be a profitable experience for Walmart. But in trading, if you've been around any length of time, you know that it's not possible to only put on profitable trades. Even the places that fib to you and stretch the truth beyond recognition, even they admit, it's part of the business and you're going to get stopped out some of the time. So early on in our trading careers, we accept that fact with our head knowledge. We might even confess it with our lips, tell somebody else, "Oh, hey man, you're going to get stopped out. Yeah, that's just part of the business, so deal with it." Then comes the morning, you wake up, man, you're in a good mood. That one chair that you always stub you always stub your toe on every morning, the way Dick Van Dyke used to always fall over that ottoman. I remember as a kid, week after week, I'd watch Dick Van Dyke trip over that ottoman, and You know, I think every week I expected him to not trip over it, to actually remember it was there. Okay, I was only 5, but that was my line of thinking. So you wake up, it's a good day. You jump in the shower. You got some brand new body wash from the dollar store. You lather up. Oh, man. Get your coffee going. Maybe you sit out back on the patio. Maybe have a daily devotional. Maybe you even call into our morning prayer conference call. Hang out with us for a little bit. Talk about the things of God. Bell rings on Wall Street. Oh, you're raring to go. It's going to be a great day. And then you get stopped out. Well, you don't like starting the day out on a bad foot, but you know, it's part of the business, right? Because it's a business based on probabilities, right? Okay, shake it off. Shake it off. Here comes the next setup. It couldn't get any better. This just is picture perfect, textbook. You put on the trade, and you get stopped out. Rare is the trader that can sit there through the third trade, because the second one, it feels like a mule just kicked you in the gut. Why? Why is that? We're supposed to be emotionally detached. It's supposed to be just another transaction. As long as we're more profitable than we aren't profitable, at the end of the day, the week, the quarter, whatever your measuring stick, you're in the green. You're positive, right? You're a cash flow positive trader. Why? Why does it feel like that? Why does it just suddenly crush our day? Now, instead of being on top of the world, we see the world being on top of us, or behind the 8 ball, as they call it. And we're trying to push this big weight uphill all day. And chances are, on days where you get stopped out on the first or second trade, it rarely ends well for the whole day, right? Is that because the market's out to get you? Are the big shots on Wall Street, the hedge funds and the quants, are they trying to run the stops on your one contract trade? That urban myth was created by somebody who was a profitable trader or a non-profitable trader. Look at the volume of the S&P. Now, in order to run your stops, the market might have to move 4, 5, 6 ticks, 2 points. I don't know. I don't know what your strategy is. But I want you to think about how much dollar volume it takes. If you look at your DOM, look at the price ladder, how many contracts would someone or some group of people, how many contracts would they have to buy or sell to move price 4 or 5 ticks to take out your stop? See, I just ruined it. You can't use that excuse anymore because it's fiction. Okay? So, here I am down a rabbit hole. All I wanted to say to you was, I invited you Wednesday, and if you came, great, you saw it with your own eyes, live in real time. If you accepted the second invitation on Thursday, awesome, you saw it again. If you didn't accept either invitation, now all you have to base it on is historical facts. Now we know anybody can look like a genius with a historical chart, right? You've seen it done 1,000 times. And oh, it looks so good until your PayPal clears the bank and your digital download comes through. And then you fiddle with it for 2-3 days, put it up on the shelf with the other stuff, the digital shelf. And now you move on to the next shiny thing. Einstein, insanity, we all know how he defined it. We'll continue, as long as we continue to do the same thing, we're going to get the same results. Einstein said insanity is to think you can keep doing the same thing and get a different result. If whatever you're doing isn't profitable, well, as long as you keep doing that, you're going to be unprofitable. If you jump from one shiny object to the next, every time one of those emails hits your inbox with that compelling ad copy, you're going to stay right where you are. I'm going to give you another invitation. I hope you'll accept this one. I'd really like to see you elevate your trading. Now, let's address the pink elephant in the room, right? You see him, right? Why? If I understand the markets to the degree that it would appear, based on what I do every day, live in real time in front of half the world, why in the world would I waste time training you, somebody I don't even know? Some guys will tell you it's because they just want to give back, because they're just a darn nice guy and they just want to help people. Okay. But you know that never really sat well with you, did it? I consider myself a nice guy. Some people don't like me, I suppose. That's my lot in life, or all of our lots in life. But I am a darn nice guy. I do like to give back. I enjoy teaching. I love seeing the light come on, especially with someone who's been struggling, you know, really putting forth their best effort. And it just hasn't come together. When I see that turn, yeah, I get warm and fuzzies. I won't lie about that. I also won't lie about the real reason. I don't know if you've ever read any of the books, biographies written by some of the truly wealthy in our history. Maybe a Rockefeller, maybe even a Trump. There's always a section devoted to the importance of multiple income streams. What they all recommend is whatever it is that you do and do really well, develop that thing into as many income streams as you possibly can. In real estate, of course, you could sell real estate. You can both list houses, you could represent buyers, and you could represent sellers. You're a real estate agent, but that really is two separate income streams that you can develop. You might choose to teach a class for those who are preparing to take the real estate exam. That would be an income stream. Perhaps you've been selling houses, but you realize there's a huge need today for single-family rental homes, a greater need than ever in our history. You can approach that market, and because you live, breathe, and eat and sleep real estate, you're on top of what's going on in your local market. So when a really special opportunity comes along, if you got a couple ducats stashed away, or you have good credit, you snag up those special properties and you flip them. Maybe some need work, maybe some don't, some more than others. But what do we just come up with? The real estate guy, now I think we just talked about four or five potential income streams. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because the more people you get to know, you might spin off a division in your real estate company that handles these Airbnbs. You could get into the staging business. You know, when somebody's trying to sell a very pricey home and it's sitting vacant, that doesn't sell nearly as well as a property that's been professionally staged. You might launch a division of your company doing that. I could go on and on and on thinking of different things that because I once had a real estate license. I never sold a single house because I was 22, 23, somewhere in there, and I was making more money as a salesman than I was making more money in a month than what a first year out of the gate real estate salesman was supposed to make in Arizona at the time. So as interested as I was, and as much as I really wanted to do it, my current job just paid more, so I never made that switch. So I know a few things about real estate. My wife and I, we've flipped a couple properties over the years, owned a few properties, both residential and vacation. But it's not my true wheelhouse. My true wheelhouse is the futures market. S&P 500 Emini Futures specifically. But I watch all of the futures markets. So if I can trade, that's an income stream. If I can teach others how to trade, that's an income stream. If I can have an alert service that people subscribe to because it's profitable for them, well, that's an income stream. I have a book coming out spring of 2020. It's called Trading in the Spirit. And I got a couple other irons in the fire that are trading related. Now, it's not a bad idea to develop a couple of income streams outside of your immediate sphere of influence, okay? So we never know what's going to happen. But you're basically playing to your strengths. So that's a long-winded way of telling you that the reason I train others and the reason I'm talking to you on this video, as much as I want you to become a part of the CFRN family, become a trading buddy, be part of our discussions and workshops and all of that, you are an income stream. How's that for truth? We deal in something that's a very rare commodity in this industry. Truth. Market truth. Everything we teach you is grounded in market truth. There's no hype, there's no hoopla, there's no black box mysterious stuff going on. Everything I teach you is completely logical. In fact, by the time I'm done teaching you, you sit there dumbfounded and go, how come I didn't see that? How come I didn't figure that out? It's so simple. Well, let me just say it's simple by design. Michael and I started 6 years ago. No, not 6 years ago, in 2006. We were indicator freaks, indicator geeks. We had every indicator and oscillator under the sun. We even had some that no one else had because we coded them ourselves. We had to get additional monitors just to put our stuff on. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, we weren't profitable on a consistent basis. Which made no sense because we spent good money and our hearts were pure, but we weren't profitable. So we knew we were going in, we were smart enough to know that if we continued to go in that direction, we were going to continue to get the same results, and that's not what we wanted. So we decided to go the other way. We started, if it's not contributing to the bottom line, get rid of it. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. But the really painful stuff was not the stuff that cost a couple grand a pop, but the stuff that we spent weeks and months coding ourselves. Throwing those out, that was painful. When we were done, basically we were left with some candlesticks on a chart. But through that process, we understood certain things that held true, that were constant, day in and day out. And if we back up and just take a big picture look at the market, we could see that not only was it a market truth now, but 5 years ago, back to the inception of the E-minis, and then beyond that, back to the beginning of the markets in stocks, equities. I mean, we can trace this thing all the way back to the rice traders in Japan. I have a PDF on the internet called The Secret Life of Candles. It's no award-winning novel of any stretch. It just talks about there's a couple hundred different Japanese candlestick signals. Japanese rice traders created this back, I think, 1400s, 14th century. And it's as powerful today as it was then. Candlesticks are simply a graphical representation of investor or trader sentiment for whatever time frame you happen to be observing. So you're free to just Google CFRN, The Secret Life of Candles, And I think it takes you to like a slideshow site. You're welcome to download it and keep it. Even though there's a couple hundred signals, some of them you might see twice in your lifetime. They're that esoteric. But there's about 10 that you're going to see day in and day out. And so that is part of what I teach as well. I know some of you have an interest in Fibonacci. Our proprietary indicator set that we built from the ground up because we had thrown everything else out. Fibs are built into that. So you don't have to think about them. What we do is it brings everything we use, and it's simple by design, very simple. It brings everything together holistically. I guess is probably the best way to describe it. So you're not having to think about, are my fibs over here? Where's my stochastics? Where's my MACD? Where's the advanced decline line? The trend, the tricks? My bands. So much stuff. Now, I'm not knocking any of that stuff, okay? I believe that all of the popular standard indicators out there, I believe that most of them do exactly what they were designed to do, and do it well. That's how they became popular. But beyond price stick candles and a couple of basic indicators on the chart, what Michael and I found is that the more stuff you layer on more stuff because you're like one mouse click away from greatness, you know? Just one more filter, just one more thing, and I'll be there. But there is so elusive. It's like looking for a black cat in the dark that really isn't even there. You're not going to find what's not there. So when you first look at our work, you go, well, that can't work. It's too simple. Yet it does. Not only is it effective, but what we do, what we teach, is fluid across all markets and all time frames. I know it's a popular school of thought out there that you can't trade crude the same way you trade gold or the S&P or soybeans because they have different personalities. I don't disagree that they got different personalities, but I'm not looking to get... I've been married for 35 years. I'm not looking. I'm not dating. I'm not looking for a relationship. I just want to put on a trade. A profitable, high probability, low risk trade. So there's a little bit of history on us, who we are, what we do, why we do it. You know, we like getting paid the same as anybody else. And I learned as a young man, if I can get paid to help someone else enrich their life in any field of endeavor, that's a win-win. I feel like Tony Robbins saying that, but it is. It is a win-win. So, against the advice of my peers, I'm going to extend you another invitation. All right? We had a great week. I'm going to make the entire week available to you. You can see every single alert. You can see exactly what happened. And now, keep in mind, the alerts come out before they trigger. We have 3 different types of alerts. We have the Concierge Alerts. That's a static report. It comes out right after the Globex Open each evening. And on that Globex report, you'll find 8 markets. You'll get instructions on how to deal with those numbers. Now, those numbers, as I say, it's a static report, so those numbers are good for the entire session, okay? Next is the Logic 247 alerts. That's dynamic around the clock. Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, when Globex opens. We crank it up, put the pedal to the metal. We don't let up until Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's around the clock. Now, the Concierge is based on historic price action. Logic 247 is based on current price action. And when these two come together, it's really worth a second look. And when those two come together, and intersect at a weekly trading zone, it's going to make you want to shout. I'm serious. And dance. Dance like nobody's watching. It's really quite exciting once you understand it. And it looks a little foreign at first, but again, because it's so simple, if you have any experience with trading, you're going to catch on pretty quick. Now, we don't just provide these alerts, we also train you not only how to trade the alert, but we train you how to see the alert coming. See, in the beginning, it truly is an alert. We use Telegram as our messaging app, so your phone or your computer will go dee-dee-dee when an alert comes through. I don't want you to just trade it, because it's an alert. And by the way, no matter what methodology you're trying out, please, trade and sim until you're consistently profitable. Otherwise, you're just throwing your money away. Okay? When an alert comes out, I want you to go to the chart. I want you to look at that chart and go, okay, now I know what Dwayne's been teaching me, and now here's the alert. I want you to, and this will take a little bit of time, but I want you to see what I see. Because if you see what I see enough times, pretty soon you start to think like I think. And as you start to think like I think, you'll begin to act the way I act under any given set of conditions. That's the process. I don't want you to be dependent on me for the rest of your life. No, I want you to come. I want you to learn how to trade, but you don't have to starve to death while you're learning because you've got these alerts flowing. Okay? We help put everything into perspective. We do everything we can to make it simple. If you ultimately become a CFRN partner or passport holder, you have unlimited access to one-on-one mentoring. What does that mean? It means you go to a page on our website when you need help. You find a day and a time that works for you, and you book and if you're a member, it costs you nothing. You book a 45-minute session. I keep it to 45 minutes because the human mind can only, absorb and recall so much at one time. I want you to take what we cover that day, put it into action for a few days, and then book another session. Brand new people tend to book a couple sessions a week, then it falls off to one a week, then it's one every 2 weeks. But the important thing is that when you need help, when you need to talk, not to some clerk, I don't know if you've ever called your broker trying to get, and I'm not a broker, I'm just some joker on the internet, all right? I don't want the regulatory headaches of all that, because that really doesn't contribute to I'm only interested in what contributes to the bottom line, okay? So, you know what? I could just ramble on forever because I really like talking about trading. Oh yeah, I forgot the radio show where I talk about trading. That's an income stream too. See? All right. So let's see if we can get you going with your first stream in this business, if you don't already have one, a consistent stream. See, anyone can put on a profitable trade, but turning a series of profitable trades into a consistent income, ooh, that's a whole nother thing. I know you've been down this road before. Here he comes. He's reaching for my wallet. Did I ask for your wallet Wednesday? And then made a bunch of potential profit available to you? No. Thursday, did I ask for money? Nope. Am I going to ask for money today? It's Friday. Everybody likes to get paid on Friday, but no, I'm not. I'm not going to ask you for money. I don't okay, I've seen your charts, I've listened to your radio show. Yeah, you do sound like a nice guy, and it does sound like you want to help people, and it sounds like you like making money. And yes, all of that is true. But if you don't know me, if you haven't really followed me for any length of time, why should you trust me? Like I said, I'm just another joker on the internet. So I'm going to give you one last opportunity, okay, to take this trial. No credit card required. You with me? It's not going to cost you anything at all whatsoever. You follow me? Now, every place else, they want some money up front. I know what's out there. I know what's available. But I'm just saying, hang on to your money, okay? Just keep your money in your pocket for right now. What I do want you to do is I want you to show up Sunday night, 6 p.m. at the Globex Open. You're going to have access to our live training room in the morning, 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. But you're going to also have access to the Concierge Trade Alerts, the Logic 247 alerts, the weekly trading zones, everything that we give to our traders, you're going to have full 100% unfettered access to for an entire week. Because I'm really trying. Now, lots of people responded on Wednesday. Lots of people responded on Thursday. But by golly, I know that some of you out there, you're holding back because you just been burned. Man, you've been sold stuff that doesn't work. There's no hope of it ever working. And you just feel stupid. Don't feel stupid. We've all done it. I did it more than most. Okay? So, there's no shame. The good news is you're at a place right now where someone is willing to teach you, actually teach you, not hand you some indicators in a PDF so that you can now call yourself a trader because you got some money in the account. That doesn't make you a trader. Consistent profitability in the markets, that makes you a trader. If you decide to come aboard with us, I want you to qualify before you ever go live. Now, you may have already traded live before, but this is new. I want you to go back to Sim. If you have a problem going back to Sim, this is not for you. In fact, once you're in Sim, I want you to put together 10 consecutive days in a row where you reach a $100 per contract daily goal in 10 trades or less. Once you accomplish that, our 24/20 blueprint will give you the green light to go live with one contract. I then want you to increase your account balance by $2,000 before you add a second contract. Now, when you add that second contract, it's going to be underwritten. It's going to be underwritten by profit you earned in the market. And the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one are all added with profits you earned in the market. Now, when you can scale a business, grow it internally without any outside financing, oh, that's a powerful, powerful thing. Okay? So, I don't want you to spend any money. I want you to come look. I want you to see this unfold live in real time like so many others have seen this past week. Because until you see it with your own eyes, you're really not going to believe it. So watch it, see it, believe it. Now, you and I will be in constant communication via our discussion group in Telegram all week. So every time an alert comes through or every time a comment is made in the discussion group and you have a question, you post it in the discussion group, you'll get an answer. If it's 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning, you'll get an answer. I don't know how long you've been at it, but I know it's been lonely. Trading is a lonely business. Good news is you don't have to go it alone anymore. Come hang out with us as a trial member with full access to everything for the next week. Now, I'm going to have a real hard time justifying extending this logic trial beyond another week, okay? I've already overdone it. I've been scolded by my peers. But I just know that there's some of you that still need help. You're aggravated, you're frustrated, you don't understand. Well, even if you choose, at the end of the week, if you don't want to become a partner or passport holder, that's okay. We'll still be friends. You can come hang out on the radio show every day. But I want to see you become consistently profitable. I can't promise you that you'll become consistently profitable. I mean, I can teach you how to play baseball, but I can't make you a pitcher for the Yankees. You have to do that. But I'm going to give you the tools and the knowledge that you need. But, again, don't trust my words. Watch the entire week attentively. Ask lots of questions, okay? And once you've seen it with your own eyes, I think you'll see the light. Love to see you Sunday night, 6 p.m., Globex Open. To way to set this thing in motion, go to eminitrainingschool.com. All I need your name, email address, that's it. I don't need your credit card or your mother's maiden name, okay? All right, I don't know what else I can do. I guess I could come to your house and sit in your chair and trade for you, but you don't want that, do you? No. You want to learn how to trade. You want to set yourself free. And I want to help you, all right? Let's make some good money together. Go to eminitrainingschool.com. I'll see you Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, for the Globex Open. And next week looks to be a pretty special kind of week. So I'll see you there.